In the last video we showed you how to import a sample into the FA-06, and today we're going to actually make a sample by plugging the microphone directly into the back panel of the FA-06 and record the sample on the keyboard itself. As you can see here on the back panel, we have an input which can either be switched to guitar or mic, which just basically controls the impedance and input level, and we also have a level control knob which we can turn to adjust the level so that we can raise and lower the volume of our input. We also have a line input, which is a smaller socket, stereo, in case you want to send a signal from your iPad or iPod or whatever. But we're going to use the standard guitar mic input with a unbalanced mic, and we are going to adjust the level here as we record our sample. Okay, we've plugged in our microphone and we found we had to turn the level control up to all in order to get satisfactory level, probably because there may be a slight mismatch between this microphone and the jack. This is actually a high Z microphone and not a low Z microphone, and I had to put it into the high Z connection, the guitar connection, so its output is probably not quite as high as a guitar. The first thing we do is to select our song using the song select, or if you haven't got a song already, then you have to use an initialized song or a new song. So you can select a song. We just have a song there we're using for testing purposes, so we select that. And then we come over here, we see we have two samples. This is the one I did just testing just now. This is the one we did last time with the lead guitar. And we're going to actually record our vocal sample on pad 3. So the first thing we do is we press sampling. You see here, the instant we press sampling, it lights and all of them flash. Rather, all the unused ones flash. The ones we have recorded do not flash. So we're going to put this on 3, so we press 3. Okay, now the instant we press 3, over here we have our sampling screen. Now as you can see, I hope you can see, it's set right now to input, and notice mono. You'll want to set it on mono because the only time you'll want to record in stereo left and right is if you're using, say, an input from your iPad or some other thing. Now the microphone is picking up my voice because as you see I'm talking here, you can see the level over there, and you can see that it's balanced in both the left and right channels. Now the other thing you can do is use auto trigger, which will at a certain level will trigger the thing, but we're going to trigger it start and stop with the buttons here. Once I press the start, it will record and change to a stop, and I'll just press it when I'm finished. Okay, so we're going to record the sample now and put it into pad 3. Brown sand stretches mile on mile. I'll reach the end in a little while. Okay, here's how it sounds. Brown sand stretches mile on mile. I'll reach the end in a little while. Now we're going to show you how we can edit these samples in time, because the two of these are slightly out of time. Listen to it. Brown sand stretches mile on mile. I'll reach the end in a little while. Now I said to you in the last video that we had to use the hold button if we wanted the samples to play continuously, but we can actually edit that on a per sample basis. So now we're going to the editing screen to shift those two samples so they line up in time, and also so that we can make them play with just a simple touch of the button. First we press the pad utility, and then we come over here and we select sample edit. Now there is your waveform, and all we have to do is to set the start and end points. Okay, let's go through the sampling procedure slowly. First we press the pad utility, and then we select the sample that we want to edit. And then we come over here and we see we have the sample edit screen. Now what we're going to do is we're going to press the sample edit button, which is the one on the left, and it draws our sample for us. You see that the focus here is already in the region where we're dealing with the start point. So all we do is rotate our value dial. Notice as I rotate the value dial that we have a magnified version there on the bottom, and we're moving closer and closer to the start of the sample. Well, we should be able to set it just there at the beginning of the sample. Okay? And then what do? Well, we just press the cursor button to move the focus to the end point, and we rotate the knob in the other direction to cut off the unwanted space at the end of the sample. Notice our sample is going to approach there on the left, and we reach the end of the sample and we just trim it. Okay, so now we've got the start point and end point set. We just press the truncate button here, which is the second button, as you can see in the soft menu below. So it asks if you're sure you want to truncate it. You say okay, and it's truncated. Now I promised to show you how we could get the pads to respond without using the whole button. You see the gate here is set to on for that sample. So we come down here with the cursor and we go to the gate and we set it to off, right? And then we go exit, and our sample should be saved. Let us see how it works.
Brown sand stretches mile on mile. I'll reach the end in a little while.
Okay folks, after cleaning up the audio and also getting it to operate, we just touched the two buttons simultaneously and we should have a double tracked vocal.
Brown sand stretches mile on mile. I'll reach the end in a little while.
Okay, thanks for joining us on 21st Century Music. Be sure to like us on our Facebook page, and remember, we're going to bring you other great videos helping you to make and produce your music in this challenging decade of the 21st century.